Welcome back to video number 4. This is a continuation of video number 2, and we're going to talk more in detail about the neck. Why is it important? Because it affects your daily living. You see older people, as they get older, you call their name, and instead of turning their head like this, look, they literally move their whole body to see who's behind them, and that's just not normal. That's all posture related and lack of maintenance for the body. So another thing is, I always wonder, why do some people get injured just by turning their head to change the lane, while other people get hit by a car and they get out and they're fine? Why? Right? Or why some people get hit by a car and it's not that big of an impact, yet their necks just lock up, right? The reason is because they don't have range of motion. So the body's not prepared, and the muscle goes into spasm, into shock, into a protected mode. So what this video is all about is getting you to learn how to move your neck in all range of motion and be prepared for the unexpected. And so you can age more youthfully with freedom of movement. So the first one that we're going to talk about is that rotation. It looks simple, but so many people are doing it wrong, or they feel restriction and they don't know how to correct it, or how to fix it, how to improve it. So rotation, as I mentioned, first of all, you have to be in good posture, because if you're hunching over and you try to turn your head, you're not going to be able to move that much. Even for myself, if I have bad posture, that's it. It's like 45-degree angle. But if I sit up straight, I'm able to go 90 degree, where you want to be at, 90-degree angle. And if you look behind you in the corner of your eye, you should be able to see directly behind you about 180 at least. Okay? Now, if you can't do this, this is where the muscles are dry and they have lost communication with your central nervous system, so that mind-muscle connection is blurry. The mapping is very blurry, and you need to rehydrate those tissues so the mapping from the muscle to the brain, it's much more clear, the communication between those two. So how do you do that? By massaging the origin and insertion where the tissue is attached to the bone. So you're going to use 2 or 3 fingers. You're going to go behind your ears, and you're going to palpate that area, pushing upward into the skull, the bottom of the skull, and towards the bottom by the neck area. And it's going to feel quite tender if those tissues are dry, because they're sensitive, and that's the area you want to target. And press on it the amount of pressure that you can tolerate. Don't try to really irritate it, but just, it should feel like you are doing something good for the body. And work it down to the C7, which is the bump in the back of the neck, and down the side on top of the scapula and into the tip of that scapula, which is the very top. Change fingers and put it right on the top, and you're going to find a bump, and you're going to press down and into it because it's attached to the bottom of the tip of the scapula. Okay, so when you do that and you go back to that rotation of the neck, it's going to feel a lot effortless. Those muscles have turned on, and now it can contract efficiently. It's when it's shut down that it doesn't know how to shorten, and you feel restricted. It's not really tight, the muscle, because those muscles are not meant to be lengthened. It's opposite muscle that's being lengthened. Those muscles are not contracting, they're just all bunching up. So you're going to learn how to contract efficiently again. Okay, so that's the neck rotation. So you want to learn how to, you want to be able to rotate side to side. So next time you go back to that video number 2 and try to go through the whole routine, or just sitting at your desk and try to get some of these rotation, be mindful of your posture, of your breathing, and then also full range of motion for the neck. Next, we have protraction and retraction. All day long, we're looking what's in front of us. We're in bad posture, so you see this a lot. The average person is slouching, rounding, and then their head's this way. Or they're looking down like this. So you want to sit up with good posture and learning to protract and retract the neck. Protract and retract that neck. Okay. Now this is very challenging because some people, their neck don't move. Their neck is always in protraction. And you see those people, we call it forward head. Hear that term a lot now, tech head. Those are the terms we give for people whose head is out of alignment, which is in front, causing a lot of stress for the spine. For your head is about 8 to 10 pounds. For every inch that your head is out of alignment, that's double amount of weight on your spine. An average person's head is here, if they're really staring at it on their phone, and that's about 60 pounds, 50 to 60 pounds on your spine. And that's a lot of stress on the neck and the shoulder. Okay. So lots of people who go to physical therapy for neck issue, shoulder issue, or even carpal tunnel, one of the exercise is the retraction of the head because they're always in protraction. They're trying to get them to strengthen those muscles. But then very common when I ask my client who have those as homework from the therapist to show me, they always do this typical finger here and they push it back. And then they push it back. And then they feel so tense. And when I ask them what muscle are you supposed to work on, they really don't know. So I'm here to really explain to you how to do it so you can have a clear understanding how important neck retraction is. And I found that this method is much more productive. So glue your fingers together and then keep your chin level like it's sitting on a shelf. So it's right now my chin is kind of on my middle finger. And I'm gonna slide it forward, and that's gonna bring my chin towards my ring finger, and then I'm gonna gently slide back, retracting my neck. And now my chin is in front of my pointer finger. And again, I'm gonna slide it forward, slide it back. So this is the same thing, so it's protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction. So that's a much more gentle and calming, productive way to connect with those muscles. This is important because it keeps the head on top of your spine, on top of your shoulder. Okay? And when you do go into the side bend, neck side flexion of the neck that we have on that video number 2, that makes sure you're maintaining that neck retraction. Again, I see this a lot. People keep their head forward and then they go into side bend, and that's going to create more misalignment. So retracting your head and dropping that ear onto the shoulder will allow you to feel the side of the neck from your earlobe to your shoulder. And come back and then do the other side. Okay. And always be aware of one side compared to the other. And then last one is the dropping of the head, feeling the back of the neck, and then bring the chin up and looking up. And this might be very challenging for a lot of people because again, all day long we're looking in front of us. So again, hydrating those tissue here would really help those muscle to let go. This one is tightness, it's not weakness on here, because all day long we tend to bunch up these muscles. So using your knuckles, kind of rub that area from your chin down to your collarbone will help increase blood flow and hydrate those tissue. Now, if it doesn't feel good, use a little bit lotion on your knuckle and get that nice gliding motion. That would help. What I really suggest is when you're in a shower, put some soap, turn off the water, use your knuckle. What's even better is use one of those fascia tools that I carry, and you scrape that area lightly and increase blood flow. And if you do it every night, it's going to make a drastic difference in the quality of the tissue. It allows you to have a lot more range of motion. But on top of that, one of the other benefit is that it increases protein, collagen protein production. So now your neck don't have that wrinkly look to it. It's nice and smooth. That turkey necks that you see a lot in older people, you will avoid that issue. So that's exciting. Now we're gonna put it all together. You're gonna bring the chin down, and that circle that we did on that video number 2. This is quite challenging. So what I like to do with this to really build up to a regular stretch that it's easy and you feel strong is to just break it down again. Drop the head down, think of 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the one that we just learned earlier, the side bend, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, directly behind you, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Then you're going to reverse it. 11, 10, 9 on the side, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 12. So this is all the exercise that we did on video number 2. I'm just breaking it down in more detail to help you better understand what you need to feel for. I hope this helped you, and if you find it useful, please share with your friends and family. And if you have any question, feel free to call or email me at lisi@journeytofitness.com. I'll see you soon. Aloha.